Welcome. In this video, we will briefly introduce the latest version of Google Analytics, which is Google Analytics 4. Google Analytics 4 has brought a new view of event-based web analytics, the so-called event-based model. Everything in Google Analytics 4 is an event, and events are also the key metrics in this tool. Let's take a look at how to set up Google Analytics 4. First, we'll go to analytics.google.com, which will take us to the Google Analytics homepage. If we already have a Google Analytics account set up or have access to one, we will be taken directly to the Google Analytics account interface. If we don't have an account set up yet, Google Analytics will prompt us to set one up. You can also create a new account. If you already have one, just go to the settings in the bottom left corner. Here we click on the Create button and select the account. In Google Analytics, we distinguish between accounts and properties. Ownership is most often assigned to one website or application, and this ownership belongs to an account. If a business has multiple sites, it can also have multiple ownerships that are under one Google Analytics account. It is then possible to assign access to a specific property or an entire account, giving the user access to all the properties that are under that account. At the beginning of account creation, we choose an account name for easy reference. For example, we can choose a test account. Next, we can choose to share data from Google Analytics that can help improve this tool. Sharing is optional, and we can opt out of all consents according to our preference. Clicking on the Next button, we get to the property creation. Ownership is most often tied to a specific web page, so its name can be directly the domain of this website or something by which we can easily identify this property. For example, we can choose test.com as a name. Next, we select the time zone and currency we want to use in the reports. We will choose Austria and the currency euro. Clicking on the Next button takes us to setting up the basic data about the company. Here we select the category of the company or site, for example, finance. Next, we select the size of the company, for example, medium-sized. Clicking on the Next button takes us to setting our goals. This setting affects the reports that Google Analytics will prepare for us in the interface. They can be changed at any time later. This is just an initial preparation of the interface. We have 4 categories of reports to choose from: lead generation, online sales, brand awareness, and user behavior. We can select one or more targets. Another option is to select all basic reports, which is the 5th option we can select. Clicking on Create completes the creation of both the account and the property. Then we agree with terms of service and we're done. In the next step, Google Analytics will prompt us to set up a measurement or data stream, which is used to set up the flow of data to the Google Analytics property. We can skip that for now. After that, Google Analytics will confirm the creation, and we can return to the home page of the just created property. Here we won't see any data yet, just a notification to set up the data collection. Once it's set up correctly, we'll start seeing the data in the interface within a day or 2. And that's it from the account creation for now. The next step is to deploy the measurement to the website or eShop. We can do this in several ways. The simplest one is to install it directly through the interface of the website or eShop if the platform allows it. An alternative is to install it via a plugin or extension. We will demonstrate the third option, and that is installation via Google Tag Manager. It is a free tool that allows you to manage tags and scripts of different services on the web. Instead of putting these tags directly into the code of the site, only the Google Tag Manager script is put into the code of the site, and the rest happens in the interface of this tool. To set this up, we go to the tagmanager.google.com page. On the top right, we select the option to create an account. First, we select an account name, for example, test account. Next, we select the country, in our case, Austria. Below that, we set the name of the container, which is usually a specific page. In our case, we choose test.com. Finally, we still select the platform. Most often, it will be the web. We click on Create, confirm the terms of use, and we have an account. Once the account is created, we will be presented with a code or two codes that we need to insert into the site for the Google Tag Manager to work properly. These codes can be pasted into the site directly through the plugin or with help from your programmer. It depends on the platform you are using and what its capabilities are. We can close these instructions for now and go to the interface. Currently, we'll be most interested in the tags section, which we'll find just below the overview. We don't have any tags here yet. If we want a new tag, we click on New. The tag setup consists of three main parts: name, tag setup, and triggering. For the name, we simply choose GA4. For the tag, we select the Google Analytics option and the very first option, Google Tag. This is the basic tag that we use to set up Google Analytics and basic data collection. To set it up, we will need an ID that we can find in the Google Analytics administration. Here we go to the admin section and find the data streams section. In the details of the specific stream, we will copy the measurement ID, which we will then paste into the tag settings in the Google Tag Manager. The last step is to select the triggering, that is, when the tag should be triggered. Since this is a basic Google Analytics tag, we want to trigger it every time the page loads, so we select one of the default options, which is all pages. This way the tag is ready, we just need to save it. Finally, we'll publish the changes using the button in the top right corner. Once confirmed, everything is done, and after deploying the Google Tag Manager on the site, we will start collecting traffic data, which will be visible in a few hours in the Google Analytics 4 interface.